latest project is Great South Road, a collaboration between 10 photographers. Solomon Mortimer, Becky Nunez, Delina Natharan, Serena Stevenson, Anita Totha, David Cowlard, Megan Ellis, Anton Maurer, Shelley Jacobson, and David Strait. Our accompanying exhibition is on now at ArtStation, along with our newspaper publication. We have asked members of Waxed Poetic Revival to respond to our images in the form of spoken word. And here they are. We can start.
Long since past, before we knew the city and its sails, it was a stone creek laid over with gravel, pounded by soldiers' feet to the drums of war in the Waikato, that gave life to the heart of our city. This nation was built on this road. You could say it was a backbone of sorts, stiffened by the refusal of the natives to give up their own. And so the path was set. This trench, hollow, built for future conflict and the conquest that followed. And when it came and went and the sky turned red, colonial order reigned throughout the land. Though our memory's contents are as jaded as its origins, we learn to recolor our souls. The road that once had been the blade of a bayonet was rebent into a plowshare, and this shovel redug the soil so the city could flourish, so trade could grow. And bloom it did. Concrete seeds sown from the hands of sorrow. Suburbs branching out of its stems. The roads rewriting itself as a home for brown-skinned, riddled with laymen and immigrants, covering over the sins of the past and raising their kids as South Auckland's own kin, kind enough to look over its empty factories and abandoned lots that stretch from the Joshua tree on the Maunga of Keke to the food pits of Tainui, as south goes. This road is a spectrum of poverty, wealth matched with an unspoken color code, like a Rosetta Stone testimony of who we are, tar-sealed in black, in the shadow of the highway, bridging the gap between who we were. Past the dying willow tree, and over the rusty fence, her wash line hangs bed sheets like flags. Her children swing often on the wires, forgetting their skin is not titanium, so tears are never strangers. One strip of cracked rubble and damaged concrete runs under the wash line like a landing strip, for all the socks that weren't strong enough. We watch her every day, carry a basket of dead dreams and hang them on this firing line, hoping that God will shoot off any ambition smothered in this dense wool. False hope lives next to the metal rods holding the wires up, where the old spider spins her thread like a quilt, trapping the children's imagination of how something so hideous can make such beauty. How this pattern captures raindrops like crystals and flies like mortuaries. How their mother spends more time folding clothes than folding arms around the equator that is her husband's heart. They know these lines like her only escape, because she is featherweight and fighting the call of the horizon, daring the soles of her feet to lift off the anchor of family debt that keeps her grounded. She bleaches the stains in her soul religiously, soaks in cycles of sadness and dreams, pegging her favorite memories, praying for heaven to wash over her. Gravel roads and gravel walls both sleep when the sun wakes. Heaven is found in the passing of the two, when the outer city breathes, stretching to make up for lost space. Like the green that creeps in between, we too are waiting to be watered. We breathe with the dusk, brush off the whiffs of one's youth, and let the damp Saturday night air pass. It carries no promises, and we have stopped waiting. We take comfort in age-stained neon and white-tiled floors like maps of dirt, second-hand clothes that all our friends have left behind. We can still smell them, reincarnated in children, with hand-me-downs and opportunity buys. One day, we too will fill these aisles. It's a salvaging thought that our friends will find us again, much like we did, in times of distress, promising new life.
Silhouettes paint portraits on orange skies, like music that vibrates within souls. The serenity of dawn sings lullabies, a brief moment of chirping birds and sunflowers, a utopic dystopia that drips off hung clothes like drops of dew falling from blades of grass. They are an invitation to hearts that dare to touch them, to minds that long for absolution, to reach through morning commutes past tired eyes of insomniac dreamers, through radio frequencies and on-the-go coffees, to hold shadows within our hands like bones stacked in disarray below vacant parking lots. Memories for time-traveling junkies who flaunt overwashed t-shirts and board shorts the way monarchs wear crowns to claim their thrones. These streets are playgrounds and sanctuaries, run by the dreamers, by corner store shopkeepers and underpaid teachers. These streets are wedding venues and candy stores, decorated with diversity like an Olympic march through April's autumn. Stars spotted along the skyline like landing strips, for the wandering hearts to find grace in the liberty of rising suns. These streets have catered for the homeless and the hopeful, for the broken and the menders, for the defenders who have stripped asphalt into lava, erupting civilizations onto their shoulders, fertilizing souls to grow within one another, like woven baskets that hold spirit breaths, blowing mystical breezes into shadows, reminding us that our voices grace these streets like fine-tuned pianos. The birds sing this morning. There is peace. With love, there will always